Why are you the way you are?
Because the world happened and I grew up in it. Hi. We're live. And my favorite is I leaned into the camera on that. My face was huge on your screen. It was pretty great. I genuinely was like most of my camera space.
You're very intensely in the camera. Right?
I don't know why either. I'm very far away.
You know what it is?
Yeah,
it's
what?
The setting from the last guest who couldn't get.
Oh, really? Because it's really funny. Because it's like I'm zoomed in so like I'm like my entire face is the camera right now. This is great.
This is gonna be a great day. This is. Hey, thank you for subbing, Adam.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Damn it! Now I have to invite him back. You realize this, right?
I've been a menace behind the scenes. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he's
Surprise, my name is not
murdering me. I am dead. Like.
Everybody should be surprised. My name is not Dennis, aka the Menace.
Josh, I have so much respect for you that Adam is still alive. Like.
Honestly, same. I'm so close to the camera. I have to lean so far. What is happening right
Wait,
now?
can I? Do you want me to fix that for you? I can fix that.
That's up to you. But like, if they want to see any of my, if they want to see any of my face,
to be honest, I am actually kind of enjoying this. And your face is like right here next to the camera. Look at all the intense gloriousness that is my friend.
My favorite is
Appreciate.
Hi. That's me. I'm Intense Gloriousness. That's my new cosplay name.
Okay, I'm gonna change your name from Mr. Famous in my server to Intense Gloriousness.
Oh god.
I'm laughing so hard I've gone red. Do you know how difficult it is to put makeup on when your face is this color? Oh man.
No. I don't. No.
Man. I drank most of my water just because of you making me laugh so hard.
Hey. If you're not laughing, that's what I always say.
Oh man. I don't know how any other CosDate from here on could ever measure up to this one, and we barely started.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's just what you just did was put all the pressure on me. Because, like, we're going to get to the end of it, and I'm going to look awful. And you're going to be like, I don't know what happened here. It started off so strong, and now, yikes.
I will fight you, sir. There is
Go for it. I'll lose.
You don't want to lose, you limp noodle. Don't do that.
Well,
Peter,
go for it. I'll lose.
Thanks for the thing. Thanks for the host. There we go.
Thanks.
I word good. Corgi, what's up? Nemo, hi. Azur,
hello,
Peter, all the amazing people in chat. You guys are amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Also, if I sound so clear in your ears, it's because I have a microphone now that actually works and doesn't do weird like platypus noises.
I'm so.
Hey, thanks for subscribing. You okay there?
I just got a message. Somebody sent me a message really quick, and I was answering it really quick, and I was like, what?
Oh, okay. I thought it was like in response to something I said, and I was like, did I say something wrong?
No, I just got a message. It just confused me for a second, but no, I'm good.
Just gonna hide the no man's zone that was showing for some reason. I had a pretty backdrop to hide that stuff.
I have no clue what makeup I'm gonna do today. It's gonna look bad either way, and I'm fine with that.
I swear to fucking God, Adam.
Well,
stop it, you glorious
Well?
man. It's going to be a fun time, and we're going on an adventure, okay? As long as you don't try to lick anything, I think we're fine.
Okay, don't call out Zal like that. First of all, Zal, I need to say something right now. I resisted the urge in the most recent stuff to lick stuff constantly. I resisted the urge. He wanted to lick so many things recently.
You should have done it.
Like that crystal,
tracked.
like that stuff that was dripping out of the weird spine. 100%.
You should have just licked
100%.
it. We were expecting it.
I know you were expecting it. Zal also did grow up, because the last 2 times he did that, he did essentially almost die. Also, I feel like I should give context if people don't know. I play Zal on Conundrum Company on the Welcome In every Saturday. You can watch us there. We do adventures and things, and
there is the thingy. You should definitely
what
go
just
follow.
happened?
What? What do you mean?
I don't know if you saw, like, my lights change.
No.
So, for context, like, around my computer, I have a strip on the back of, like, lights.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my screen glows, essentially. And, all of a sudden, I was speaking, and the whole thing just turned off and turned back on, and that's why I was like, what's happening? Is this the apocalypse?
Hector, the stream specter, is just visiting you.
I love it. I love it. Also,
Lick Baldur, my guy. What?
He's already gone. He's already gone. He rode off into the sunset. So.
I'm so sad about that.
Yeah, same.
I would love Baldur to stay.
Honestly, I think everybody was like, I thought Baldur was just part of the party.
Right. Baldur, don't go. Stay.
It was great. It was great. Commune is
he was quite lickable.
He was quite lickable. That's great. Commune is an amazing human being. I genuinely love him. Because they've also been messing with me and messaging me while I'm doing this.
They are currently streaming, I think.
Yeah, no, they're messaging me though to mess with me.
Why?
Because they saw the announcement. They're like messaging me and being like tee-hee and shit like that. That's why I'm like.
Oh, was that the face? You were like,
yeah, because I was like, what is this? And I like looked over and I was like, oh my god, you nerds.
Sir, you should be streaming right now.
Right? But yeah, it's been fun.
Oh gosh, hello?
Hello.
Aw, thank you for the 100 bits. What is wrong with you? That's a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
That's
also, Parker is also messaging me and has asked me to say so. So there you go, Parker.
Y'all should hop over or have like both of our streams on. What? Okay.
They've been messing with me in the background and have been like, if you need help, blink twice and things like that. And like, I'm like, you guys need to stop. And now they're like, I said tee-hee? What the fuck? Look, I don't want to put you on blast like that, but like, I guess.
we gotta talk about how sexy Boulder is. That's what it is.
Yeah, Boulder is beautiful. Boulder is. It's been 1 week.
It feels weird that next time Conundrum Company pops up, there's going to be no Boulder.
There's also going to be no Morton. But we now have our weird, I don't even know how to say it. Our weird wizard.
Our weird wizard?
That man is...
My wizard!
I'm gonna yell at that man next time I see him.
You're gonna yell?
Oh yeah. Zal is like, you're just not gonna tell us that you just did this to yourself. You just gonna come back and act like everything's all cool.
Oh my word.
I have no clue where to start.
Salvatore is... that... honestly, one of the most fascinating characters I've ever, like, encountered.
Salvatore is honestly very cool. I love the fact that Sean created such a juxtaposition to the party, because like the party at the time, like around when Salvatore like joined, was very like, we're a baby adventuring party who doesn't know how to be an adventuring party, and then like Salvatore shows up and is like, well, I'm an adult, like I understand what I want, and all of us were like, oh, you're very confident, and we were like in a place trying to figure that out, you know what I mean? And I think that was like a really interesting decision on his part.
I liked how Salvatore joined and just the dynamics of the entire party changed instantly. I mean, yeah, you guys were still kind of reeling from losing Morton at the time, but like, he's such a pot stirrer, and I love it so much.
Him and Zal will forever be in a ever-going battle, and it's very funny. I think one thing is like I always feel bad whenever Zal stirs the pot with Salvatore, because I always feel like I'm gonna like overstep or something. But it's always, me and Sean always talk about it, and it's always like, no, that was great.
I appreciate that. Like, I've recently learned, because you know, I'm learning how to play with people, that you can't take liberties with other people's characters without discussing with them firsthand.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think like that's like, I think honestly that's like step one to having a healthy table that you play at, is like making sure everybody at the table is comfortable with the actions at the table, because there's a lot of people who will just do stuff and be like, it's fine, and it's like, that I wasn't okay with that.
I wasn't okay with it. I
think it's like step one.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a faux pas that I very surprised that I made, because a lot of the same etiquette also goes with text roleplay.
Valid.
Yeah, you can't god mod. You can't.
Yeah. I think like one thing is that a lot of people fall into that though, like, because it's a lot of things of like, oh, I imagine the scene going out like this, but like the person playing it may have a different intent, and it just kind of plays out, and you're like, oh, I didn't expect to go like that. And I think like that's one thing of like learning how to like play with other people's styles, and like also not being afraid to be like, hey, that's kind of that you told me what to do, and that's not cool. But I think that's like one thing that is, it's always different and new.
I'm just putting stuff on my face, don't mind me. I'm trying to figure out
I just did something. That. That's why I was like rubbing my face. I just had it all over my hands.
Well, first I was like shoving things into my eye, because I was like, I can't see without my glasses, and I can't make up without.
Same.
Do you use contact lens or at all, or?
I do. I don't have any right now, which sucks. But I can wear contact lenses, and I recently got colored contact lenses for like, well, I say recently, it was like last year. For Zal, when I did Zal last, I got like golden contacts for him.
Okay, but can we just talk about Zal's art?
Yeah,
he's fucking hot.
Yeah, the thing is, so it's my favorite thing, and I've talked about it on stream before, but one of my favorite things, and this is a true story, was like when we revealed the art, we did that all on stream, like that was all live, that was our live reaction to seeing everybody's art. The only thing like we had, which we had talked about, was like we had like the color palettes, but we didn't have anything else. It was just like color palettes, and like we generally knew everybody had given their concepts out. Also, hi Hannah.
I know, I love Hannah so much.
Same. I love their content.
Right?
It's amazing. I'm gonna gush about them. But
I would too.
essentially, like we had nothing of each other's stuff. Like we had gotten like sketches and stuff back, but we hadn't gotten any of it. Like nobody gave it to us, so like we only had our own stuff. And it's still one of my favorite reactions that when Zol's art appeared, everybody went, "Whoa, he is hot!" And I got to say the response of like, "Yeah, that's why he was the hot boy at the start, because like he knows how hot he is, and he uses that. He's like, yeah, I'm hot. I know I am.
I know I am."
But like, yeah, so he's very like he stopped doing that very recently. After meeting Travosi,
which is still like, one of the cutest things ever for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's very much like, she's cool and I'm not. I'm gonna stop.
Oh, like, baby. Gods, I love Zol so much.
Zol is a problem.
Here's the thing, like in the very beginning, I was like, Zol's problematic.
Zol's a problem.
Yeah.
Zol's a very big problem.
But then, like, literally after, I think, session 2, I was like, okay, this dork that licks things. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Azur.
Thank you, Azur. What was I saying? Something.
You said a dork that licks things.
Yeah, I was like, he has my whole fucking heart now. Like, I'm invested.
I think the thing about Zol is, like, when you go to, like, the start of the campaign, he very much is, like, trying to figure out, like, he's trying to figure out the world. Like, he's trying to be like, where's my place? And meets this group and is like, I've been with groups before. It leads to nothing. I don't care. And then everything kind of happened. And he was like, oh, wait. They actually are, like, a pretty good group of people. Like, maybe if I stick around them, it'll be fine. And then he, like, keeps sticking around them and he's like, oh, I like these people. Oh, these are friends now. And then, like, to the point where, like, when they officially got, like, the Falling Star and that became, like, kind of their home, he was like, this is family. This is my family now. Like,
baby. I love that development, though. I think it was from the start where everyone's like, okay, well, we're refusing to let people die. I was like, this party, I love.
Yeah. And I think, like, that's the fun thing about Zol, is that he's weirdly had to take a healer-esque role, even though he's not the healer. Because he just has it naturally.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, like, where he goes from here.
Yeah, I'm currently gluing my beard, so this is
nice.
This is why I'm looking at you.
I'm thinking about putting on the body paint because I'm trying to use cream body paint now to just
try cream, not aqua.
So I usually use water, but this is the cream, the cream blend stick thing. So I'm gonna try it because
I've never used that, so I'm very curious to see how that works for you.
I've messed around with it, and I have friends that like swear by it, so that's why I'm like, I gotta
try it out.
At least give it a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my character on.
Oh yeah, which you should all follow because I have a thingy for the welcome in, and you guys should follow it. I know all of you probably already do, but anyway. Look, I have a command. It does the thing.
Hell yeah.
And not only does it do company, I think on Fridays there is Off the Rails, which is all the chaos, and they also have Highlight Heroes where they shout out a creator. And have an interview with them was really, really fun. I got introduced to a lot of people from Highlight Heroes. You should definitely do that. There's Ever's Changing Arena, which is a whole bunch of one-shots, which is
I've run one of those.
Catch. Did you?
I ran one of those.
Did I miss one?
I ran the way that I know this is funny. I ran the Pride Month one and I accidentally themed it Pride themed Evers on pure accident.
I love that.
Because what I essentially what I had done was like I made a puzzle that like the party had to figure out where this air elemental, there was balls of light that were like at varying degrees of height in the room,
Yeah.
and they had to go get all the balls of light and make an arch over this doorway to open it. And this air elemental was like going around and like stealing the balls of light as they were trying to get them, and it had one from the start. And so like the whole thing was like the party had to figure out like, okay, do we just steal it and go, or do we like attack the air elemental? And so as they started, they like attacked the air elemental, and like it kept dividing into smaller elementals, and like then like once the big one would die, like the small ones would come back as the big one. So it was like it was this whole thing, and they ended up figuring out it was great. And the balls of light were different color, and they figured out that you had to put them in the order of the rainbow to open the door.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because the hint I gave them at the start was that Everest said that it was their old friend Roy who came up with this. So Roy G. Viv for the light spectrum. I'm a nerd,
and I love you for it.
I'm like sitting here and debating putting like, because I have to do a base layer of white and then put the green on, and I'm debating.
Whenever I put this on, I just never want to take it off.
I mean, valid. Can I be real with you though? Right now, with the black shirt on and everything, you look like a villain. You straight up look like an evil villain. like you look like you are a straight up villain.
So
it's great. No, it's great.
Contract in the fight.
There's a guy who I've been dying. He got like, he's been doing like this TikTok series because he got like those like circle like sunglasses, right? Like the really, not like the big circle, like the tiny circle ones that make you look like a villain. And it's like, this guy's like sitting there, he's like, dude, don't put on those sunglasses. You will just become a villain and like straight out of Indiana Jones. And he's like, I will not. He like puts it on and he's like, Dr. Jones. And he like goes into the whole thing and is like doing the whole speech from Indiana Jones. And the guy's like, why? Stop putting the sunglasses on. And then he's like, at the end, he's like, give me the idol. He's like, fine. He hands it over and like pulls out a whip. He's like, guess I gotta be Indiana. And like puts the hat on and like goes out. And then like the second one, it was hilarious because it's like they're walking back in the house. He's like, I don't think it was the sunglasses that made me do that. He's like, it definitely was. And he puts them back on instantly. He's like, I need the idol again. And he's like, God damn it. Why?
God damn it.
Like, it's great.
I love this vibe on my face. I'm never taking it off.
I mean, bless, honestly.
Do I look good with or without glasses? I'm trying to decide.
I think both looks good. Honestly, so this with the glasses, since they're like yellow tint, gives me like hippie vibes. It looks like you're like you look like a biology teacher that's like, hey man, the Earth's the Earth, you know?
I look like I peddle potions on the side of the road.
You do. You 100% do. You look like you're like, hey man, you all seem like a great adventuring party, and I just want to make sure that you're good. So like, take this. It's like you peddle herbs, but like you end up just giving them all away instead.
It'll be alright. Just ride the flow.
Hey, man,
I feel like
it's all good.
That turtle from Finding Nemo. The dad.
Oh, yeah, the dad.
Bro.
Gnarly. Oh, sick, dude. That's one of the characters I have not played yet. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So this guy is actually a Firblog.
That's dope.
He's a Firbolg. I don't have ears for him, so I'm just gonna add ears to him next time I do him, I guess. But I just want to like. What?
I gotta find. I have really nice elf ears.
Mhm.
I got them at like my local Renaissance fair like 2 years ago, and they are like the like really really nice high quality ones.
Mhm.
Don't know where they went. I put them somewhere,
You
and I
put them
don't know
down
where
and
I
they
put.
never came back.
Honestly, probably.
That happens
It's the
though.
it's the ones I usually wear for Ford.
Oh.
But yeah.
Now I'm gonna slowly put shit on my face and hope I look like a Firbolg.
That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully, look like a half orc.
What do you have like a solid plan on what you want to do yet, or have
Nope.
you just been like, I'm gonna be a half orc?
So like, I'm kind of leaning towards like a Gorgug vibe from Fantasy High, because that's a future cosplay I'm going to be doing. But I'm also kind of leaning towards a. I don't know if you've seen The Seven yet. It's the brand new show that just released last night.
No, I haven't.
Uh,
If it released
there's
last night, I definitely did not.
It released last night. That's what I did yesterday. Was I watched The Seven.
Mm.
But like one of them is like a half orc, and they showed like their dad, who's a full orc, and he is everything to me, and I want to be that man.
That's sweet.
And it's The Seven already amazing.
I have
one episode in, solidly into it. I don't know if you watched Fantasy High at all, but
if I watch What High?
Fantasy High.
You mean Dimension 20?
Dimension 20, yeah.
I've started watching Fantasy High actually recently. That's what I've been doing movie nights on my server. We've been watching Dimension.
So, essentially, this is like another group of students at the Eggford Academy. After like stuff happens, so I can't give like I don't want to give spoilers.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm only on like episode 3, so
yeah, I'm not gonna say like what happens, but essentially it's like some stuff happens, and then these are other students that are there, and it's really 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 dope.
Listen, I watched What Happened to the Lunch Lady, and I was like,
yeah.
I did not expect okay.
There you go. I got white on my face now.
You're looking a touch pale there, Adam.
I will in about a second. But yeah.
I've realized very scarily that if I use white on my face, I look fucking terrifying. It's like that clown from It.
You mean It?
Was that its name? I don't know. I never watched the movie.
Well, it's Pennywise, but like that is the titular It of It. This is great. I look great right now.
You do. You look like you've never been in the sun ever.
I look like every Twilight vampire.
I was about to say you look like you're friends with it, Cohen. I was about to say that. I'm still giggling over. Blink twice if you need help. Thanks, guys. I'm holding Adam hostage. You're never getting him back.
You don't have to just like publicly announce that.
Okay, I take it back, but yes, I am holding him hostage. He's never getting him back.
Hi, my name is MrAddup.
Hey.
This is how I look.
I have beard. Yeah, I wanted to match with Adam, so today I have beard.
I barely have beard. Let's be real.
Adam is far sexier than Edward Cullen. You know, seconded.
I mean,
he's hot. Adam hot, man. My friends are hot. Like,
thank you. I do appreciate.
It's just the truth. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing with my face.
I have no clue how to use this, which is fun.
So I use this for contour, right? And it's pretty much gone. This is the only thing I use in this thing, and it's finished.
Like I have a palette for it's like a full color palette that I got, and I use it a lot for when I was doing Fjord, and the blues and purples, so I could get like the deep contour of green, are like nearly gone, and have been for quite a long time. And I need to get another one.
You see, now I have cheekbone.
Blessed.
I have cheekbones that are high enough to cut sashimi. I don't know. There was Hey, thanks for the hydrate. Where's my water?
I will hydrate and I will hydrate.
I will hydrate and I will hydrate. Guys, I never want to get out of this beard. Help.
Don't.
Yeah, I'll just from tomorrow onwards, I'll just stick this on my face every day. And also,
I'm
getting what you mean by itchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, beards are weird.
Beards
kind of suck.
Been 5 minutes and I'm like, I want to scratch places I can no longer reach.
Yep.
Yup. You know what's really fun? Soon I will be having like a mini campaign on my stream, as well as a one shot.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you know much about the D&D TikTokers.
Yes.
That group of people.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that was a group.
I mean, Ivy and them, you know.
Oh yeah.
So Grim and me and Giggle Girl Productions, Abby, are going to have like a one shot on my stream about our patron OCs.
Oh, that's dope.
They're level 15 and their spells are ridiculous. And our DM's just like, how OP do you want them to be? And I'm like, how OP are we allowed to be? Like, oh my god, I have 25 spells. I'm like,
Jesus, what class are you?
Cleric.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah. But he's very funny. He's a cleric that doesn't like healing people, so he doesn't have a single healing spell.
Yeah.
But if you die, he can bring you back to life.
Listen, I don't heal. I just revive.
Yeah. Pretty much. Who's like, that's your own problem. That sounds like a you problem.
It's only a you problem until I have to get involved.
Yeah, like, I'm not carrying a dead person around. Just come back.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a little dark, but I have a lighter green, and I'm tempted to put it on top to see what happens.
Do it. Do it.
Or do I hit it with the white again? I don't know how this makeup works.
What are you trying to do? Where? What's wrong?
I'm just trying to make this like a more neutral tone.
I usually just put powder over it.
That is a valid. I have powder. Actually, I have the powder that you bought.
That I bought you?
Yeah, man.
No.
Bought me powder. Yeah. Off of my wish list.
Oh, right. Okay, here's the thing. I was going through a very depressive episode, and I'm like, what will give me serotonin? And I just went through everyone's fucking wish list. And it gave me so much serotonin, and I regret nothing. It was great.
That's a valid. I do appreciate it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab that. I can't hear.
Oh
Or
no.
see, where are my glasses? Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Where did I put
no.
my glasses? This is an issue in my life now, and you all have to experience it with me. Don't wear glasses, everybody. It's honestly a problem.
But if you don't wear glasses, that's
I
also
don't
a
know where
problem.
they are.
Oh, you can't hear me. Never
I'll
mind.
figure it out. I literally don't know where my glasses are, which is the fun part. So now we're gonna play the game show. Where'd Adam's glasses? Oh, they're there. It fell. Alright, I'll be back.
Okay, bye. I'm laughing because I've done the same thing. Oh gosh. I am probably spending way too much time on my cheekbones, but... Hey, got distracted by two handsome boys. Oh, dude. Look what your ass doing, lol. Yeesh, board gamer. JJ, come do my makeup. I would love to. I would 100% love to. Okay, now, how do I make myself look? Mask. Let's do stuff to my face. Should probably blend it through a little bit. Seems a little... Blend, 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 blend. We have a Renaissance festival this weekend. I gotta do fake dirt with makeup. What you do is you just finger paint. You just get like browns and stuff or coffee and just on your face. Life hack, use your phone camera to look around for you. Honestly, I have done that. And it helps. It really does. Do I hear a dog? I saw a guy that looked pretty easy, but just wait, Allison won't be doing my eyeliner at least. I still remember the very first time I was in your stream. Like, you cracked me up so hard, Vortex, because I was like, you were getting makeup on for whatever reason. Allison was trying to do your eyeliner, and you were like, ow! And Allison was like, I'm nowhere near you! It was the funniest thing.
I'm back.
Hello, welcome back. You found your glasses. I have a question. Do you have a dog?
Yes, I do. That was my dog in the background.
Oh, I was like, I hear a dog and I don't know if I'm just
No, I have
hallucinating.
She is a menace, but I love her.
Don't we all though?
She's a full menace. I'm gonna try something weird here.
Ooh, we like them weird. Do the weird.
So, I have my normal, like, setting powder, which is more, like, flesh tone colored.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if that doesn't neutralize the green a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how it works.
I mean, I kind of like this green on you.
And we're gonna let it bake.
I
don't know what that term means.
It's apparently to make like liquid product on your face become solid, and it
Really?
helps with the disappearing your pores. Apparently, I don't like baking because it makes my makeup look very cakey, and I like the slightly realistic.
Well, yeah, that's what
look.
baking does.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're baking a cake. What's up?
I love you.
This is half of my face right now. I feel awful.
I fucking love you.
There's so much powder.
I don't hate this, and I don't know if it's because I just can't see myself clearly because I'm using this little space on my monitor to see my face. But I don't hate this. This is not bad.
I mean, you look good.
Thank you. It does help that I don't have to do half my face because it's covered in hair.
Yeah.
I don't have to draw on a jawline anymore. My beard just hides it.
Yeah, jawline is something to draw it on. There we go. I'm gonna sit like this for like 5 minutes.
So what your job is to sit there and look pretty, and you're doing a brilliant job of it.
I don't look pretty right now. Don't lie to me.
Do not invalidate my opinions. I think you are
I'm
pretty.
looking at myself and I look like I just got my face slammed into a cake. And not in a good way.
And if I find that pretty, that's for me.
I mean, hey, that's for you.
Yeah. I like your face caked, Adam.
God damn. That's good.
I should never be alone with you. You know, this is actually the first time we properly hung out We've been in voice calls together.
Wait a minute.
What?
Obscure, that is so clever. You just changed my entire reality.
Yeah, we were all discussing that. I do that too to find my glasses. I use my phone.
That's brilliant.
I can see your brain just go, and it makes me very happy.
Wow.
Now you know.
But yeah, this is like the first time we've just like chilled. I mean, we've chilled in voice chat for like by ourselves for like a while, but like
never. When have we ever been in a VC with just us two? It's always been somebody else.
No, we've done it a couple of times.
We've done it one time in total, and I was muted most of the time because I had no spoons.
Well, that's valid.
Listen, I count the encounters we have together, remember, because you're like Mr. Famous to me. It's like catching a legendary Pokemon.
Which one am I? That's important.
You're a shiny Ditto.
I like you said I'm a legendary Pokemon and gave me shiny Ditto. I don't know if that's a compliment.
If it helps, Ditto is my favorite Pokemon.
Okay, that's valid.
I can't laugh too hard with this thing because like my beard starts falling off.
That's okay. So, like for my Bill Seacaster look that I did a few weeks ago, like what I had to do was like I got like a beard that was like it was just like this massive beard, and I was like okay, cool, and I knew it was gonna be from like a just a like normal like shop, nothing like crazy, and so I was like I'm gonna have to edit it, and I literally had to cut the mustache out of it.
Oh.
And then I glued the mustache on separate, the mustache with like the hang down, and then I did the beard piece because I could actually like talk with it on. It was great.
Yeah, if it's one whole giant piece, it's just hard for it to like stay.
Especially like when it's like one of the ones from like Party City and stuff, like they don't actually like shape it out for you.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I toned it down enough so that
do I look like I have a cow nose now?
Yes. If you're gonna ask me what a cow nose looks like, probably don't.
Fabian, my boy. I'm here for two
Fabian, my boy.
To be helpful and obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty much Adam during soundcheck.
What?
Soundcheck? Helpful and obnoxious. Yeah. The entire time he was helping with my microphone, he was, and we're live. I'm like, I swear I'm gonna just.
And we're live. And we are live.
For like, Josh has full respect.
Yeah.
The fact that I know this happens in soundcheck now is gonna be very hilarious when I'm waiting for CC to go on and be like, Adam's backstage right now. Being an ass.
Being a menace is normal.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
We love that though. We love you so much.
Oh, you're too nice.
Nah, just true. If you never ever show up on my stream again, though, like. I'm joking.
If you never show up on my stream again, though, don't be surprised.
I'm just playing. I love you too much. I will try and get you on my stream again, but you are, sir, very busy.
That's because I'm in college still, apparently.
Apparently?
So, remember when I told you yesterday, I haven't released the video yet. But, I was doing one of my rant videos. So what happened, I did blue, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I just did it. I did like a blue contour instead of that.
It might need to be darker if you wanted to show up.
That's what I'm thinking, is going in over it with a black. I like a darker color.
Someone just said my contour skills are really good, and I'm happy.
They are.
Aww. Yes, shower with me, compliments more.
Good, I've made it.
Ready. Continue.
But essentially, what happened yesterday was that ooh, there we go. It's a little tricolor. We're gonna go for it. Yeah. I don't know.
Layers upon layers upon layers. Works out.
But essentially, like, what happened was I applied for graduation, and got denied. And I was like, that's weird. I have all my prereqs done. Like, what are you talking about? Why am I getting denied?
Mm-hmm.
And so I called them, got on the phone, and was like, hey, here's the situation. I'd like to graduate. And they were like, let me take a look. And they were like, found it already. You don't have an English credit or a math credit. And I was like, oh, no. I did those at a different school, and I like paid to get my transcripts sent over. And they were like, oh yeah, those are actually right here. Oh, I see why. And I was like, oh yeah? And they were like, yeah, we didn't look at those. And I was like, would you mind taking a look? And she's like, yeah, no, I can see it right here.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And she's like, yeah, you have to ask us to look at those. And I was like,
are you serious?
I was like, okay, that's
weird.
New. And she's like, yeah, so like that's why. And I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. And she's like, yeah, but what are you gonna do? And I was like, hopefully graduate. And she's like, oh yeah, you're also missing an elective. And I was like, I am? Okay, that sucks. And then she's like, yeah. So like you're gonna have to take a class, and then just jump in a class real quick today, because that's gonna start next week. And she's like, I was like, okay. And then she's like, yeah, so like grab that elective and then fill out this whole form just to get us to look at the transcript that you sent us, and
that's
then
we'll
do it. Yeah.
That's
and I was like,
nice.
that sucks. That really sucks.
Not too impressed. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm glad it worked out. It's worked out now, though, right?
Yeah, it's all worked out. I just gotta take a class and then I'm good.
Awesome.
But like the other thing was the classes they told me were like, you can take like any music class or a dance class. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And she's like, yeah, you can take a dance class if you wanted to. And I was like,
I don't want to take a dance class, though.
I don't. I'm a graphic designer.
Why would I take a dance class?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said to them. I was like, why would I go into dance? And she was like, I don't know. So I'll kill it.
I can't pull off a mask look at all. My face is super full, and my contouring would need to be amazing. Yeah, my face is naturally a ball, so contouring definitely helped me look more mask. But having your face round is actually really helpful because you can go from this look to literally an 8-year-old child. Like, you can do so much with your face because it's the shape it is. With a narrow face, it's a lot harder.
I'm making bold decisions because I can't see them. But the world can. So I did like heavy contouring on the side of my nose, which was fun. Didn't mean to.
I like using heavy contour when I do body paint, though.
I mean, valid. I just am bad at doing it.
I mean,
and that's not a knock. That's just like me being honest about what I need to do.
We'll start somewhere. If you've not done it often, then it's gonna be, You should see my first cosplay ever. I looked ridiculous. I did not know what I was doing.
Oh, same. When was that?
My first
How many years
cosplay?
ago? Yeah.
I think I was 16 at the time. I did Itachi.
Ah, nice.
I used my own hair, which don't do because it looks horrible, especially if you have very thin hair. And I didn't know what I was doing with makeup. I had these black lines across my face.
Mm-hmm.
I looked less like Itachi and more like Death. A lot of people didn't know who I was doing, But the cosplay community in South Africa is really nice. They're like, oh, this your first cosplay? You did so good, I would give me, like, do you want pointers? Like, they don't be like, oh, you could do this next time. Like, do you need help? Like, we're happy to give you advice if you want. Which was, like, why I continue doing. So I'm 32 now. It was 16 years ago when I first started doing cosplay. It's been a while.
I've been doing it for about 10 years. almost literally to date 10 years because it was like
Wow.
August. It was like August, like I think it was like 25th of like 2011 when I started cosplaying.
Okay, Corgi, having a round face is not a bad thing. That is why, like, party princesses, they like it when their party princesses have round faces because it's so versatile. You can do so many looks that narrow faces can't really pull off unless you're like extraordinarily good with makeup and maybe prosthetics. It's not a negative thing at all.
I've done some type of a look. I don't know.
Do I look like I got a cow's nose yet?
Yeah. Now ask me if I know what a cow's nose looks like.
You know what a cow's nose look like?
I don't.
Okay. It's alright. I appreciate the support regardless. Hi Ed! Welcome to the stream!
But yeah, I started cosplaying like 10 years ago, and my first costume was... I don't consider it to be my first costume, because like, it is, but it isn't at the same time.
How come?
So like... So what it was it was just a t-shirt that I made, essentially. And so it was an cosplay. OC... What?
A closet cosplay.
In a sense, but I like made a t-shirt for it.
Oh.
Essentially it was I was like, when I was younger, I was in like a this is a fun one. It was essentially like a text RP thing for like young superheroes.
Nice.
And so I was Black Lightning in there. And I made a Black Lightning cosplay of the way my character would look. And it was just basically a blue t-shirt with like lightning bolts going down it. Nobody recognized me. They all thought I was Static Shock, if anything. Which is a valid call. And then the next year is when I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get serious about this. And I did Amon from Legend of Korra.
Ooh. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna look it up.
I did I made every piece of that costume.
Heck!
Like, everything from head to toe was
You are impressive. I have yet to make a cosplay entirely from head to toe.
It was a time. I'll just say that.
Respect.
But I did get some really cool photos because there was a lot of like love for that show at the time. Because that was the first season's villain. And so I got some really fun like call-outs and photos during that.
Nice. How did you get into Critical Role?
So I have a really weird Critical Role story. So it's like my one thing in the like nerd community that I can brag about, which is fun. Oh, I ended up kind of going Guardy O'Brien. I'm okay with that. You'll meet them. Don't worry.
Okay.
And then you'll be like, oh yeah, you did. Yeah, if you know who Guardy is, yeah. We love weird stories. I love the welcome in. So with Critical Role, I've been watching since episode 6 of season 1. I have the original merch t-shirt.
Nice.
Essentially what happened was I got sick. Like, my parents went out of town and I got sick. And I was like laying on my couch, and I had a couple days off work because I was working at like a food place, so they'd give me a couple days off. And I was like just searching Twitch because I was like, I need to find something to entertain myself. I can't think, I can't move. I'm just
How old are you at this point?
Oh god. When did Critical Role start?
Gosh. A couple of years ago. Hey, welcome in!
5-6 years ago?
Welcome
maybe?
in to welcome in.
But like essentially, I was like laying on my couch. I think it was probably like early 20s. And and I'm like laying on my couch, and just turned on like I was like, oh, what's this? It's like people playing D&D. I like D&D. I've played D&D sometimes, and so like I just turned it on, and was just like, oh, I like this a lot. Okay, and I just like laid there and watched like a full episode just live, and then I was like, I'm gonna go back and figure out their whole story, and like within that week. Because I was like, there was nothing I could do. I just laid on my couch and watched all the episodes.
I love that.
And like caught up, and then was watching it live. Aww. And then they were like, we're doing merch. And like, so I have like the original shirt that just has their names on it.
Nice.
But yeah, it was, I very much have been a fan since then. And have gotten to do really cool things since then and like meet most of the cast.
Aw, that's freaking awesome.
Which they are amazing people.
They do seem very cool.
One of my favorite memories was meeting Matt at C2E2 last year, right before the pandemic, and I was in my level 10 Fjord, so I had Star Razor, and I was like, "Hey, can you knight me as a good DM?"
I think you've actually.
And he was like, "Absolutely," and I took the knee, and he knighted me as a good DM, and I got the photo of it.
Heck yes.
There's my dog.
Hi, dog.
My dog.
Hi, dog.
I need you to stop.
What's doggo's name?
Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Her full name is Ellie Mae.
Aww.
We just call her Elle or Ellie or Menace.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's my Critical Role story of like how I got into like that fandom, and then very much my best friend was like, we're cosplaying from this, and I was like, okay. I was like, I like Fjord, and she's like, dope, because I like Jester, and like,
aww, I love that.
So
and I dream. Liz, right?
That's So I met Liz in a very funny way, which was my best friend, who is my Jester at home. She is, a lot of my stories I say are funny. I just realized that.
I love it though.
But essentially, like, I met Liz because my best friend, I was starting a campaign, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to get new players, like brand new players. I want to get people, like, teach them how to play D&D. And she's like, okay, cool, like, let's ask this person, let's ask this person, like, I want to play, because she had never played before. And like, she's like, hey, so I know you already have 6 players, but I have a friend who is like, you've never met before, they don't live in the state, like, they really are trying to find a group to play with. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, bet, like, bring him in. And so I meet our friend Lindsay, and she lives out in Florida. And I was like, oh, I'm going to Hallmat. And she's like, oh, really? Like, I'm going to be there. And so I was hanging out with Lindsay, who is friends with Liz. And so it was really funny because, like, I walked in and I was like, oh, hey, cool, meet everybody. And then, like, and I've told Liz this since, but it was really funny because, like, I'd been hanging out with Parker before, like, because she was at the con too. So I was like, we were hanging out, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go run over and go see a couple of friends for like a couple hours because we're gonna play like a quick session of D&D. And so, like, I ran up there, started playing, and that's the first time I ever played Zal, because I had come up with the concept for Zal, but I didn't have like how he acted or anything. I just had this concept, and they needed like a quick just character to throw in the background, and I was like, okay, throw this character in. And he was a very different character, and so I was like, cool, and I like played him really quick. And then it was really funny because then at the end of it, like, I was like, yeah, that was cool. All right, I gotta go. And I left to go hang out with Parker again. And Liz was like, I didn't know you were hanging out with Parker. I would have said, like, can I say hi? And I was like, I wouldn't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. Probably yes, but it was just really funny because it was like, literally I was hanging out with people that we know in our community.
Yeah.
That weekend.
How did you get invited into Conundrum Company? Like, how did that come about? I realize I'm just like throwing a lot of questions at you.
No, it's absolutely valid. I mean, absolutely valid. So, Conundrum Comedy, it was pretty fun because Parker and I had been talking about like D&D and D&D adjacent things for like a while. And I had my home game going, and then we were on hiatus, and as I think the welcome in, actually, you guys beat me to the punch. Funny. They said in there, I want to fight against Josh in hand-to-hand combat, and that's how I caught on to them. You have to win a fight. You have to go full hand-to-hand with Josh, and if you can best Josh, you get a seat.
I love that
no,
so much.
No, but what happened was like Parker and I were talking about it, and then they were like, I think Josh was just like, I want to do a game, and Parker was like, I have a friend that is looking for a game right now, and then Josh was like, hey, you want to play? And I was like, yes, I do. I've been looking for a game. I don't want to DM for like a little bit because I had the forever DM syndrome with my friend group.
You're burnt out.
So
that's valid.
Because all of them were new players, so they didn't have like the experience. Because I had been playing D&D for a while, so
I got into D&D. Well, I've had one experience when I was 21 where I was a guest pixie druid, I think, in at the time boyfriend's game, and then things fell out and I never went back.
Valid.
Which happens. And then I think I just had like a bad sort of association with D&D from then on, which is not fair. And then Button was like, come watch me play D&D with some friends on a stream, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what a game could be like. This is fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely like one of the things that like I talk about it with like a lot of people, but like I've had awful experiences in the D&D world.
I mean, there were a good group of people. Words. But it didn't work out.
Yeah, and it's like that happens though. That's a very valid thing. But like I've talked about it like with people on Conundrum and like other people. But like I've had awful experiences in the D&D world.
I'm sorry.
And like there's definitely been times where like
players or toxic DMs.
I've had toxic DMs, I've had toxic players, I've had DMs put us in extremely uncomfortable situations, which then when we talked about, they kind of just shrugged off. I've for example, I literally was playing at a table where another player didn't like me very much. And essentially because my character like essentially like this was like a new DM and he was trying to do something kind of cool, and he was like, hey, would you mind if your character became the BBEG? Like you would switch characters at a certain point and then that character would like progress to becoming the bad guy. And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Like, why not? I can write two characters. And so I wrote this like one character who was a rogue, who was like this like kind of like his life had been very self-centered, but he wanted to go out and like explore and see the world around him to kind of experience what life could be where like everybody wasn't focused on him. And that was the first character, to which this other guy targeted me in arguments, said my character was dumb multiple times, would interrupt my character whenever he spoke. And then I bring in the second character, who is this drow, who was like this ancient drow that had been like resurrected multiple times to like help with like drow elf relations and things like that. And essentially what happened was like his character was like this very proud elf who didn't want to deal with my character. And during session, stopped the game, looked at me, said, I hate your characters. I'll never respect your characters, and I don't want to play with you, and walked out on the spot. And that's what ended that game for all of us.
Wow.
So like I've had bad experiences in the D&D world, and like I've talked to the other players in that game, and they were like, "You literally did nothing. Like I actually like that character," and I was like, "Thanks, man." I wasn't going for like anything.
That definitely sounds like a that person problem.
Yeah, and it's like we've talked since then, me and that person, but it's like that's like one of my many experiences at a table where I've literally had another player walk out. That player also would go to the DM and make them retcon things after session, because it didn't fit in the fantasy world they wanted. So there's a lot with like that, and like that's I've also had a DM who essentially just decided he didn't want me at the table, and instead of like asking me to leave the table, which appropriate, like sometimes tables aren't for everybody, and like I think that's one thing that like I really wish was different in the world of D&D. If you don't mind me jumping up on the soapbox for a second.
Go for it.
It's like one of those things where like I think one of the things that needs to be like destigmatized in the D&D world is like not every table is for every person. And that's valid. And I think a lot of times it's like we have this weird stigma of like I can't leave this game even if I don't feel comfortable because like I don't want to hurt people's feelings, and it's like it shouldn't hurt anybody's feelings if you're like, hey, this table isn't for me, because like that's a valid feeling, you know what I mean? And like, and it's like also it's valid for like DMs to be like, hey, I don't think I'm the right DM for you. And I had what I was saying, like, and the reason why I say that is like I had we got a hydrate, by the way.
Oh, hydrate. Aw, did you see what Poke Your Eyes Out game said?
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that very much. But like I had a game where essentially the DM didn't want me at the table, and instead of like talking to me about like why or anything, he lied to me and told me that they'd stopped playing. And then my buddy, who is at the table, I still love Damien. Probably, I don't know where you're at right now. I love you, bud. Literally called me and was like, "Hey, bud, he lied to you. We're still playing every week." And I was like, "Solid." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm leaving because that's messed up." And I was like, "Thanks, man." But like stuff like that. Oh, God. I hit my nose earlier. Now it's doing the like light running that you have, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You like tap your nose and you're like, no.
I can't blow my nose. I got makeup on.
Yeah. But yeah, like again, like D&D has burned me over the years, but like I am now with some of the best people on the planet. I get to play
honestly,
they're some of my favorite people on the planet.
Being able to see D&D being played in a healthy, fun way, like Conundrum Company is like Twee, like I was like, I could give this a second chance. Like,
yeah, I think that's all of like I don't want to be like a shill here, but like the Welcome In general, like that it's one of the best places to just see like healthy D&D and healthy and like healthy role play games in general, because like I think that's the other thing that I was gonna say is I think in the like role play community, one of the big things that should be said, the plushes. That's great. I think one of the things is, and it's something that I love, is that like I think one of the other big stigmas that I wish was changed is that like the only role-playing game is D&D, because like there's Pathfinder, there's Cyberpunk, there's Kids on Broomsticks, there's like even crazy ones like one of my favorites, motherfucking Crab Truckers. Like
also three kobolds in a coat.
Three kobolds in a coat. Like there's so many different systems out there, and like D&D doesn't need to be your main system. If you play D&D and you're like, this sucks, try something else, because like I'm currently like on the side, I'm in a Monster Hearts game, and that's been really fun. We turned that into a campaign,
Nice.
and it's like it's been really fun, and like we've done a lot with it. And it's like you can, like, any system out there is a valid system to play, you know. But I think a lot of it is like, oh, D&D's the only one, and it's like, no. No, like Vampire the Masquerade, that's great. That's
Also,
a great
I've
shout
been
out.
watching one of my friends play Monster of the Week, which is
That's a great one.
fascinating. I was
That's
like,
a fun one.
I've heard a lot of good things about Pathfinder as well. I know Josh and them have been playing offline on Tuesdays. And the bits and pieces I've heard about it, like, it sounds fascinating. One of my favorite things is the way people heal in that game. Yep. I've never understood having a long rest and suddenly you're at full health. I was at 1. Like, you know. So the way Pathfinder healed, I was like, I really like that. It would make things so much more difficult for me as a player, but like it makes more sense to me.
I think the other thing is like Pathfinder 2.0 came out last year, and they did something that I've always wanted to see in the D&D like space happen. Because like one of the things is like, as much as we say like you can be anything in D&D, like there are limitations.
Sorry.
Like no, it's valid. It's like there are limitations, and like one of my favorite things is like in Pathfinder, what they essentially did was they were like, hey, so that anything is actually open. So like the cool thing is when you level up, instead of taking like a level of like instead of, how do I word this correctly? So instead of it being like, I'm gonna take a level of fighter, and that's just like a preset of like you get X ability, you get options, and it's like, okay, cool. Do you want to be like hand-to-hand combat? You do like, you take like the feat of like hand-to-hand combat, so now you can like punch things, or like I take the feat of like 2-weapon fighting, so now I can do 2-weapon fighting. And it's like the next level, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take another level in fighter, and it's like instead of, again, there's no like prerequisite class. It's like you have like this one skill and you take like a prerequisite skill that's like, or like that's the prerequisite. So it's like if you take 2-weapon fighting, maybe later on you can get like blade master, and it's like you've actually mastered the fact that now you can use 3 blades, and it's like you've like, or like doing like Zoro from One Piece and like things like that. And it's like, it's like stuff like that where it's like you actually build the class you want to play as you play it.
Yeah.
So like it was interesting because like in the book, like I actually have the handbook over there, but it's like in the book it's like, here's a way to get like a pugilist. So if you want to be like a fighter, like a fisticuff fighter, it's like, here's how you can get there. And it's like you can take these all the way up, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But it's like, if you want to go half of that and then like change and go a different direction, it's like, cool, you could basically be like a magic like puncher, and it's like, that's awesome. Good job.
I love that.
I
love that. Damn it, now I want to play Pathfinder.
Pathfinder was my first-ish system. I know that sounds weird. I played 3.5 first, and then we went to Pathfinder. Like I played like a session of 3.5, and then we immediately went to Pathfinder after that.
Essential multi-classing, building feats to make your individual unique character. I love that.
Yep.
So instead of having like doing a feat so that you can have like Eldritch Blast on a character that shouldn't have Eldritch Blast, like you can get to like, I like that.
Essentially it's like, even like with like the racial traits, like the thing I like is that it's feats. So it's like you get X amount of feats per like race you are. And so it's like, okay, cool, I want to be like an elf, and it's like, okay, cool, you get like elven archery, elven blade skill, elven, you know, sight, elven like perception, and you can pick like 3 of those. And so you could be like, I don't want the perception, but I want like the elven sight, the blade skills, and like their archery.
What do your elf eyes see?
But it's like, it's stuff like that where you can like pick and choose, which is like really nice. It's more complicated because like Pathfinder is very much a bigger math system, where like you'll get bonuses where it's like, I add a plus like 20 to this roll, and it's like I got a 42, and it's like, oh, you missed still. It's like stuff like that, but like it's a very fun system, and I very much encourage people to try it. Also, Cyberpunk is a very fun system.
JJ chose to pick plants and make noodles last time. Yeah, so I was in I was guesting in Poke Your Eyes Out Games' one campaign, and I had a turtle named Noodle, and his shell was a ramen stand.
I love that.
Yeah, and while people were like around making puzzles and things, like he went around trying to eat plants and made ramen for everyone. It was a blast.
That's honestly a bop, and I love that very much. I'm super excited. So I actually just paid for the Kickstarter like a few weeks ago.
Oh, which one? Which Kickstarter?
It was Hellovolt. They're essentially making like a Monster Hunter. How do I put this right? It's like Monster Hunter in the D&D 5e world. And like how that would work, and they're writing like new classes and new races and like all this stuff, and it looks really dope. So I was like, I am 100% picking up on this Kickstarter, and so I'm getting the book when it comes out, but like they've released like a couple of tidbits of the classes that they're adding, and it's like colony, or like not colony. Yeah, colony. That was me stuttering through that word. Colony bard. So it's like your food is like your magic. And I was like, that's so cool. I love that so much. So it'd be like College of Colony, and I'm like, that's so cool. But like the other thing in that book that I was like, that's so cool is that because it's one thing I wish 5e had more of, that I feel like earlier editions had more of, was like giving a reason to hunt monsters. And it's like you could have like a guild say like, oh, we need like the horn of a dragon, but it's like it's something that actually Josh did in Conundrum Company. I know I've been doing a lot of Conundrum Company like throughout, but like
listen, Conundrum Company is a big part of a lot of people's lives at the moment in time. Feel free to gush about Conundrum Company, because that is what I am like offline, constantly talking about Conundrum Company. So
But like Josh did something that like I absolutely loved, and I told Josh this was like when we had like our upgrade to our ship to make it teleport, like we had to go get the 2 water elemental hearts, and I was like, that's such a cool little thing that I'm like, it gave us a reason to go after him. And so like that's the thing that I'm really excited for this book, is that they've added things like that in, like the example they gave is they made a new type of dragon, which is, I think it's like the Magnetar dragon, which is a magnetic dragon. And if you can kill one, you can use the parts from it to build new items. So like they had like a crown, and essentially like this dragon has an ability that is like blood bending, because it's magnet, so it's using the iron in your blood. And it's like, if you get this crown, or if you craft this crown, like you essentially can like use it to cast like command on somebody.
Ooh.
And it's like using the bloodbending ability with this crown, but you make it from the dragon, so you can't get this helmet without killing the dragon. And I'm like, oh, that's like really cool to like create items that way. Or if you like, you know, a DM could take it and be like, actually you don't have to kill the dragon, like you talk to the dragon, and the dragon's like, no, it's chill. Here's this piece of me.
Here's this piece of me. Take my flesh and blood. It is fine.
But it's stuff like that I'm like, that is so cool. And I absolutely love like giving your characters a reason rather than it's just like, go kill this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited for that. And also weapons can like upgrade.
Wait, which one is this? Pathfinder?
This is going to be for 5e. This is a 5e that I paid into. And it's like, it's cool because it's like, essentially like, let's just say like you kill the magnetic dragon, right? And you know there's more in the world. So you build the helmet, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool. We know about like the location of another one, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go kill that one, and then we're gonna use the parts to upgrade this helmet a second time. And there's like multiple levels of upgrades you can get, so you can like unlock like a very powerful version of whatever weapon you have.
Heck yeah!
That's
do you mind terribly just putting that Kickstarter link in once off promos in my server?
I think it's already over. That's the only thing.
God dang it.
It was a few months ago when I signed up for it. But when they come out, I definitely will be posting that link everywhere.
Oh, I'm excited for it. I am excited for it.
But yeah, like, and I don't know, they've just done like really cool stuff because I've seen some of like the stuff they've already come out with from it. Like another example was it's essentially like a leather jacket, like a duster, and it has like a tentacle, like this like tentacle coming out, and it's a symbiote, like the jacket is like a symbiote to you, and it like protects you, but like if you are to like go in water, the tentacle wraps around you and becomes gills for you to breathe out of. And also another tentacle will basically spawn and become like a propeller, so you can go through the water faster and gives you like a swim speed. But then if you're on land, or like whenever you're in a fight, you can use those tentacles to give you like a ranged kind of whip attack.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's stuff like that. I'm like, that's little, but that's so cool. That is amazing.
I decided he was boring and I added scars to him.
Valid. Honestly, I do that a lot.
Just add scars?
What are we gonna do? A D&D chat stream or a date dads?
Oh!
What was that?
Yeah, so Ed and I often pop onto my stream and we do things like Dream Daddy is a thing that we still haven't finished that game. We've just been slowly dating all the dads.
I mean, valid.
But I would love to have like a D&D chat stream with Ed, just talk D&D, because it's
valid.
Fun. It's fun.
Yeah, talking D&D is amazing, and I think like more people need to do it.
We should have a CosDate, Ed. We'll probably just end up talking D&D.
Do it. It's very fun. That's what I did.
It's next to impossible to have a CosDate with me, especially if the person, someone like you, who's a famous D&D-er.
I'm not famous. You keep saying I'm famous, and I'm not.
You're not famous, but you are someone I really look up to, and I appreciate, and I adore the way you play D&D.
Wow. I mean, like, I have to say that, like, I'm not the end-all, be-all. Like, I have my problems at tables.
I know, but I've definitely learned a lot from watching you play. That I have.
I appreciate that.
I've learned from you, please don't take this the wrong way, to not take my character too seriously. And
I mean, valid.
I have so much more fun playing D&D now because of that.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that, like, I've been playing D&D for 7 years. And I legitimately, like, I had characters that I took way too seriously. I had characters that, like, you know, have gone through hell and back, and it's like I think Zal is kind of my pinnacle of character writing, for me at least, because I've luckily been able to make this character who is fully able to be a goofball, but at times when he needs to be serious, he is there and he is present and ready to go.
I love that.
So that's personally where I'm at. Also, somebody in chat asked, how did you guys get into D&D? I don't think I told that story.
I certainly want to learn, but I cannot seem to find a group which makes someone take me in and take the time to teach me. I got my first D&D campaign, well, second D&D campaign, by literally going on Facebook and saying, I want to play D&D. I need a DM and I need players. And it worked for me. Within 24 hours, we were having sessions in my living room, and it was great. Awesome. We ended because pandemic, the Great Panini came around.
That Great Panini.
The Great Panini. You know.
I'd say another great resource. I'm gonna shout us out again. The Welcome In. There's a lot of really awesome people there who would be more than happy to in the fan server help out, give you resources. I think. Look, I got very lucky. My best friend, my little sister, called me one day, and we were in college, like fresh out of high school in college, and she was like, "Hey," and I was like, "How are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm good. You need to come over, or I need to come over." And I was like, "Oh, is something going on?" And she went, "No, but we're gonna play D&D." No, I'm good. I went, "No, I'm good," because I had never played D&D at this point. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "No, you're playing D&D with me. You don't get a choice in this." And I was like, "But I don't want to. It seems dumb." And she was like, "Shut up. I'm coming over with my boyfriend and we're playing D&D." And I was like, "All right." And then
love your sister so much.
3 weeks later, her and her boyfriend showed up with like everything, and then our other buddy came over and we played D&D for a couple hours. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love. And I would like drive out because they live like an hour away, so I would like drive out to go see them, and we would just play D&D the entire time I was out there, and then I would like drive home.
I love that.
Yeah. That's but we got a lot of really fun stuff.
I love that.
So Lord of the Rings plus math. Kind of.
What's not to love? The math part. I was in a one shot with a barbarian. I was a barbarian. Yeah. This barbarian.
Love it.
2 clerics and a wizard. I was so fucking buffed. Every turn I was like trying to fucking maths. I hated it. I was like,
that's the best though.
Last time I play a tank.
See, you said what's not to love, and I'm gonna be honest, mine's the Lord of the Rings part of that. I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. What? I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan.
Okay, well, this is the end of the stream. Adam is now officially... This famous man is now officially banned from...
That's fine.
I'm joking! No, that's fine. Don't go, no, I love fine. You. You can be wrong, that's fine.
No, I'm not, but, you know... I'm playing. My thing is that Lord of the Rings just never grabbed me.
That's valid.
In, like, the way that it grabs a lot of other people, and, like, that's just me.
You're valid.
Not the best. I was reading the chat. I can't read and speak at the same time. It's very fun.
That's alright.
Well, I can, but it's a problem.
I got into one of my campaigns through the Welcome In, actually. Through their Discord server. So the Library of Lost Tales, and I'm gonna do the thingy because I'm a professional Twitch streamer and I have commands. Haha! Which I probably need to update. Yeah, we already started our second campaign with the same group of people, and that's insane to me. Granted, our first campaign ended because we started the apocalypse.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, it just came out of the blue.
I think like
everyone gets an opinion. I went to New Zealand and toured Weta Studios, who did all the makeup and all stuff.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Weta is like the company that does like everything. That is like practical.
I got a pickup line. You want me to pick up Adam? Like the guy who plays Pretty Boy Zal? I don't know how to. I don't have a pickup line good enough. Let's see. What's a pickup line? Show me what you got. I hate you. You never show up in my stream, and when you do, you pull this shit. I don't. I love you. Don't leave me. Pickup line for. Okay. I think you'd appreciate this one. Hey, Adam.
That's my name.
What's your AC? Cause
I don't know.
Cause I'd like to hit that.
Well, if it's Zol's, it's low. Hi. I took the worst stat that I gave Zol.
Oh
was
my
his dexterity.
god, is there? I heard you play a snake person in your campaign, so could we find out what that tongue does?
It licks things that I probably shouldn't. Come check out Zal on the walk.
Please don't check out Zal for that particular reason. Actually, do. Every single time Zal licks something, it's been wonderful.
It's been, this has been, no, Zal is an interesting character. I like to, so one of the things that I like to do with characters is like, I found out through playing D&D, I've never loved a one-dimensional character. Because like I wrote, my first characters are very one-dimensional and were very much like, they are going to be this and that is who they are, and like that's who they stayed throughout the game. So it's like, I don't, that character is nothing. Zal's OnlyFan when Zal's OnlyFan is only accessible by magic palimpsest, so unfortunately.
I have a question.
And also he fully would have one.
He would.
What's up?
So, you know, Zal's your character, and Luzelio's done artwork, so we know what he looks like.
Yeah.
And he's very pretty.
Yep.
Would you be okay? And I don't know if I've asked you. I might have. I'm not sure. Would you be okay if I cosplayed him at one stage?
Ooh. Possibly. Let me think about it if you don't mind.
Okay.
Think about it. If that's an okay answer, because I don't know. That's an interesting. I've never had any.
It is always okay to say no. You don't even have to.
Oh yeah, no, valid. I've just never really thought about it. So if you don't mind, give me a think about it. But I think Zal, as like writing a character and like having him like, because like the thing is, I wanted Zal to kind of essentially be a fuckboy. And that's what he was at the start, and he's like very different now, and I'm very interested to see where he goes. Because like he's changed a lot, and like I have a blue sky ending, like the best ending that I want out of Zal, in mind, which I think I've talked about before, but
you might have, and I might have missed it.
Do you want to hear what it is?
Yes.
So because I again
more about your character. That's never. That's never.
This is fully if everything goes perfect, if the world is safe, if he got everything that he currently wants, but this can easily change. Essentially, it's that I think Zal, after everything's over, after like his mom is safe, after the world is saved, he would go find Dravosi and do whatever she wants, and just be like, if you want to travel, we're gonna travel. If you want to settle down, we're gonna settle down. And I have talked to Sarah about this stuff, so I do have permission that this is canonical if we got here. But essentially I would imagine Zal at some point marrying Dravosi, and then the two of them later on adopting a kid. And I've said a little girl from Gryrax, because that's something Zal would do. And then Zal's real goal after everything, blue sky like ending, would be to create the first UNT human like embassy, essentially, and become like the ambassador for the two cultures to bring them back together. Because like through like everything that he now has with like the books and everything that he's read, where it's like, they were normal and then this entity fucked them up. He is very much wanting to fix that, and doesn't see and it's like, it's not like their fault. I want to help them, and I want to make sure the world knows that. So he very much would want to kind of start that relation back up.
Fucking beautiful. And I love how far it came from I want to bonk everything to I want to be the ambassador for these two relations. And that makes me...
Yeah, I think... well, the thing is like, Zal is very much like... He's proud of who he is, and he's not going to sit down and be like, I'm not proud of who I am. But, like, he also recognizes that, like, reading that book, he, like, recognizes, like, oh, the world views this as something, and it's not good. And it's like, this book clearly states that, like we aren't like that, and I want to prove to them that, like, we aren't. And if that means, like, I live the rest of my days making sure that the world knows that's not how we are, like, I'll do it.
I love that. We got a fun question
his, like, blue sky.
In chat. What's your take on playing humans in D&D?
I mean, I have a very hot take, which is up on my TikTok page. If you do it respectfully. Don't play humans outside of your race. That's my hot take. Don't be like a dark-skinned character if you're not. This is why Zal is coded as a black man, because I am a black man, and that's how I feel comfortable playing. And it's like, I put up a long video, but essentially what I said is like, hey, if you absolutely are like, I'm playing a character from the desert, can I play somebody tanner than myself? I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but don't be like, I'm a dark-skinned character and start going into tropes. Because that's how problems happen. And like, that's only really with humans, I feel that way. And like, playing a human in the D&D world is absolutely valid, and like, I kind of wish more people would do it, you know, because I think it's interesting to see a world where there are these fantastical beings who live for centuries, and, you know, fish people and element people, and you're just a normal human. And I think that's a really interesting story to tell.
I don't think I've ever actually played a human. I came up with a human...
I have.
Ooh. I'm gonna ask you about that later. I played a human... I came up with a human character, but then the campaign that I was going to play her in, the humans were very rare, which was not what I wanted to play. I don't want to stand out. So I was like, no. But yes, tell me about your human that you played.
So I had a human. His name was Calder. He went by Cal. And essentially, he was a Hexblade Warlock, because I always tend to play Warlocks for some reason, because I enjoy the storytelling that I get out of Warlocks.
Thank you
also,
for
hello
the
for the
raid. Thank you, Jay. The Jay's an amazing TikToker, and you guys should definitely give him a look. And his games, his energy is top-notch serotonin. You should definitely go have a look.
Bless up right there. But essentially, like, what happened was, how do I put this the right way? So, he was a normal guy. His dad disappeared at a certain point. He goes looking, finds this sword, and then wakes up somewhere else in the world sometime later with this voice in his head. And it was a cursed sword, and he was a Hexblade Warlock. And essentially, like, the story that we had come up with was there was like an ancient trapped god that lived in this blade. And his family was like special, and his bloodline was like the one that had trapped him, so it was the only one that could release him. And so, like, he, by finding this sword, because he'd had dreams of this sword, essentially like cursed himself. And it was really fun. He was a very fun character to play, because he was the only human of the group, and everybody else was like all these fantastical races. And he was a fun character, because I got to do me and the DM came up with this idea of like, what if Venom was in a D&D game?
Oh
and
my god.
That's what the ancient god was essentially his symbiote. And so it was really funny because like he just played a normal character, and like that's why he didn't remember anything for all those years, was like he was in that stage for so long.
Heck.
And if I took a certain amount of damage, I had to roll a D100, and essentially like the symbiote would take over. And so I had two personalities that like, one was like this normal like, I don't even want to be on this adventure, I got forced on this, I got tricked. And then all of a sudden he would get hurt, and I'd have this like crazy like let's go, and they're like, okay, you're weird, and he's like, I am, you're right. And like
I love it.
And my best friend was in that game, and our characters fell in love, and it was really cute because she was a tiefling.
Aww, cute.
And they fell in love, and at one point he got uncursed, and the two of them decided that they were going to leave, and they left the campaign together.
Nice.
And then we talked about it, and they got married. Aww. I end up with a lot of characters that go get married.
Listen, I had my first in-game romance, which is also this character, this barbarian, and he's a barbarian with social anxiety, and he basically had a crush on one of the clerics, who was, I think, half elf cleric, who got him a good berry, and he wouldn't eat it the entire time. Like, he just kind of kept it in his pocket because he was like, mine now. And then afterwards asked her out on a date to the festival. And yeah, we talked about it. Like, if we ever play these two characters again, they would be dating.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
And now we're bringing them to TikTok because we just love these two so much.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I also got my first how do you want to do it in that one shot. It was a lot of firsts for me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So well, I mean, to be fair, it was two clerics, a wizard, and I was the barbarian. So I think me getting the how you want to do it is...
I mean, it makes sense, but you never know.
Yeah. So I curb stomped the moving heel slump tree thing. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it. I just don't remember it, but I curb stomped it. With its ridiculous health points.
That's awesome. Bro.
Sorry, currently cooking. How goes everything? Everything goes great. Lurk. Do you know Vol? I think you know Vol, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Because of Star Wars.
Yeah, our Evanhawk server, which I actually kind of miss.
Which also, hint, possible future stuff. Might be bringing Dell back soon.
Oh my god, yes.
This time, it's after all of the Evanhawk stuff. I have an idea for what I wanted Dell to become.
Please give me an excuse to bring Raz back, because my Razmataz. Give me an excuse to glue my eyebrows again. Just give me that excuse.
But essentially, like, the idea I came up with was that Dell essentially, at some point with BB3. Also, for context, these were our Star Wars characters from a tag a while back. That's how a lot of us met.
Oh yeah,
but essentially,
that is where I met you.
That's where we met, yeah.
Huh.
But essentially, Dell would have left the ship at a certain point and gone off and finished his full Mando armor.
Ooh.
And then gotten a new ship, which is what I would probably have him start off is in the new ship, which would be it's a reference because I'm a nerd It's the Comer class ships, which are the Mandalorian, the ones that have like the two things that flip down and they like take off. And the bottoms drop out.
Yeah,
and
I
you
don't
can,
know
like,
what they're
drop out a little
called,
bit.
but I do.
Yeah,
I
they're
do
called
know what
gauntlets.
you're talking about. Oh, that's cute.
Which is funny because that was the first piece of his armor that he got, was the Mandalorian gauntlet.
Nice. Got a question. Y'all ever played Star Wars TTRPG by FF Games? I didn't know that was a thing.
I've not.
Did you know about it?
I've heard of a couple different Star Wars systems. I don't know if I've heard of that one specifically, but I would be more than happy to try it because all games are dope. I especially love. I mean, there's so many different games. The one that I'm really excited for right now that's being built is the Avatar system that is coming out for a TTRPG.
The Avatar system?
Avatar: The Last Airbender, like.
Not
they're
Avatar
making
the Alien, Avatar the Last
No,
Airbender.
not Avatar.
Okay.
Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but as like a TTRPG.
Nice.
And I'm like, I want to play that so bad.
That does sound very interesting.
We can check them out. All right.
You okay?
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. What?
Oh, you just had a very big yawn, so I was just checking in on
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm always tired. That's my thing.
Oh no.
That's my Bruce Banner line, is
I'm always tired.
Mine is I'm always in the wrong chat.
I keep getting ads for the Avatar: The Last Airbender TTRPG. It looks really fun. I don't know what my dog is doing, but they are right by my door.
They want your attention.
No. There we go. See? Yeah, I added a scar.
You have a scar?
I added a little bit of a scar.
Oh, nice.
Just a subtle one.
Are you gonna make it more obvious, or?
I don't know. I might.
I like outlining it with dark brown,
That's usually what I do.
or in your case, dark blue. I don't know, or dark green. However you want to do your
I do a black
shading.
and then just blend it out.
Or that black. That's brave. I gave myself a widow's peak.
what? I don't want my dog. I'm sorry.
It's all good. We stand doggles. We stand doggles in this house, yo. Please don't stress about it.
Give me 1 second. I'm not here.
Now Adam's all gone. Let us talk about how wonderful he is. Honestly, I really do have learned so much about him. So much from him.
She's barking. She's barking because there's children outside playing.
Aw, she wants to go play with children. Okay, Adam's back, so we need to stop talking shit about Adam, yeah? Go.
Hell yeah, talk more shit about me, please. You coward, you won't.
Adam smells amazing! I don't know how Adam smells. I was put on the spot, I didn't know what to say. Adam does look like he gives good hugs, though.
Me too.
You know what this great panini has done to me? I'm just touch-starved. I just look at people and be like, 10-10 would hug. You know, I just want hugs. I want to hug my friends. That's where I am at this point.
There you go. I did the thing.
What thing? Ooh. Okay, that's looking. That is looking.
Yeah.
I did it.
I like it. I was doing something and then I forgot what I was doing.
Alrighty. I think that's good for me. I just wanted to kind of do a test to see if I like the
blue,
look.
the
So I
green.
think that's it for me.
Okay. Well, I'm done. I just am incapable of not putting stuff on my face. If there's makeup, and I'm sitting there with the makeup, I will keep putting stuff onto my face. Just layers and layers and layers of it because I have a problem.
It's because you're good at it.
I'm not.
You are. Don't lie.
Fucking fight me, Adam.
All right, I'll lose.
So we
win that
shoot
fight,
back in the most random moments. We gotta hydrate.
I just did.
I'm fine with hydrating because with the stash, you can't really see my lip makeup, and I'm fine with it.
Bless.
Mm-hmm. This beard is great for me not having to worry about my lips.
Here's the thing that's nice. Since I use cream makeup, I don't have to worry about water.
Why?
And
It
doesn't like
hydro...
pull up. Well, it doesn't like, cause you know, like when you put like normal water-based makeup, like if you get like sweat or like water on it, it like changes colors, like this, like here. It's not. If I scrape it off, yeah, it'll come off. But
I like grease paint as well, so I use CC Beauty for a lot of like detailing, for the exact same reason that it's not hypoallergenic. It's hypoallergenic. Hypoallergenic. That's the word. And it's just great for like little detailing. Posture checks is shoulders back, tatas out. Oh, I click my spine. Ooh.
I did too.
The best part that I've done that to was like, I told that to my one friend, shoulders back, tatas out, and she looked down and she was like, no tatas, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad. She was just like, I have no tatas, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
It's like, in fact, no. That's funny.
Yeah, so we've been going for like a solid 2 hours. How are you feeling, sir?
Oh, really? Oh, I'm all right. I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I like the look you did.
Thank you. I like the look you did. I like the scar a lot. It looks really nice.
Oh, thank you. I used gold because I couldn't find the color that skin-based color I usually do.
See, like that's something that I enjoy is like subverting that normal expectation of like, oh, it's gonna be red blood. It's like, no, just throw like a different color in there and it changes everything. I
mean, I usually use like a skin color to do the scarring, but I'm like, I couldn't find the skin color. I was too lazy to go dig through all my makeup to look for it, and I'm like, I'm doing a cow man. He can have gold scarring. It's fine.
Yeah. That's cool also.
Seriously, Kofifi? You just decided to dump that 2000 in there.
What? Right. Do you want us to say ara ara?
Oh yeah, do you want to go first?
No, you go first. Should I do my deep voice for it? Because I'll do it. I'll upset everybody.
Do it. You
go first though.
Alright. I have a microphone now. Alright. So let's just bring this close. We can be nice and intimate for this. Have you ever heard me speak Japanese?
I don't think so.
Alright.
I might have like heard like a couple of statements, but not.
I have no idea what that really sounds like because I've never.
No, it was really good. It was really clear
with the microphone, but. Whoa! I was unprepared for that.
Yep.
Somebody please clip that. Heck, I need that in my trailer. Just like a trailer of people just going ara ara on my stream. Heck yeah. I can't go deep. I hate that. Ura ura.
And go deep.
Go do the ura.
Muda.
I hate you guys. Why do you guys do this to me?
I saw somebody's post last night that I was like, I have the worst pickup line for.
Oh yeah, do it.
It was. Do
you want to take this pickup line?
Well, because somebody said they looked uncanny, like Uncanny Valley. Like, do you know what that term means?
No.
It's like when you see. It's a weird term. That's why I asked. But it's like when you see something that like is very close to being a person, but like isn't.
Hmm.
So like when like somebody makes like a Sims character, and you're like, ooh, it's that feeling of like, ooh, that's too real. Like that, like I know it's not, but it feels off. Like it doesn't feel good to look at. Like that's Uncanny Valley, and I was like, somebody was like, oh, who said ara? Because they're like,
that was Adam, and I died. Yeah.
Hi, you're welcome.
Hi, meet Adam. You should follow him.
Hi, you can find me under MrAddup anywhere online.
Yeah.
It's MrAddup.
Right.
Anyway, essentially they were like, you look Uncanny Valley, and I was like, oh, this feels like the start of a really bad pickup line, just to like look at somebody and be like, damn, you must not like you can't be real because I'm getting Uncanny Valley, or like something like that, just to be like, oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, you should watch him play Hades. Were you playing Hades recently? I missed that. Damn it.
I did. I played it. It was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna probably play. Hey, I might be on stream tonight. Who knows?
You guys should definitely give him a follow and watch him play Hades.
I don't know if I'm playing Hades. I might be playing Avengers.
Or Avengers.
You know.
Honestly, if you were playing Hades, I had the best pickup line. You should go watch him play Hades, where everything, including the host, is good looking.
Hey, that's good. That's good. No, that's good. And also in that game, I've romanced everybody because poly is an option.
Poly is an option.
Yeah.
I'm playing that game.
Poly. Here's the thing. Not to spoil or anything. Poly is an option. You can be gay. You can be straight. You could be in an ace relationship with somebody. It's fucking beautiful. It is the best.
I love it.
How's the fundraiser going? It's really good. I'm very close to my goal. I'm going to promote this really quick. If you don't know, on my Ko-fi, I am raising money to get a Captain America suit because I really loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Sam Wilson in the Falcon Captain America suit is one of my favorite things in the world. And actually, recently announced yesterday, he has officially signed on for Captain America 4, which is going to be all about him. I'm very happy. But I, on my Ko-fi, am raising money, and I'm very close. What I have decided is, because after my vacation, you know, calories don't count on vacation, but they count after vacation.
Oh yeah.
So I have a workout goal right now in mind, and once that is complete, once the fundraiser and that is complete, I will be buying the suit for myself, with everybody's help, and I do very much appreciate everybody's help.
I am really excited for this, and you should totally drop your Ko-fi link in my chat and in my server. Just saying.
Everybody should follow him. The guys are too nice. Probably no guy. Ooh, that's dope. Actually, hey, if whenever I do get my suit, hit me up with that person's contact, because I want to start doing. Because that's the other big thing is, like, I want to get this suit for me, but also I just really want to do charity in this suit. Like, I want to go to like hospitals and go visit kids and like just go do things as Captain America. Because like little sad moment from my life, but it's true. I have asthma. I have severe asthma to the point where I've almost died multiple times from it.
Oh, no.
So I've been in I've like grew up in hospitals essentially, and like the days that volunteers and things showed up changed my life and showed me who I wanted to be when I grew up. And so I very much, if I get the chance to, like, I would absolutely love to go around and go help people and like honestly just help people, you know. Give me a link to the fundraiser. Yeah, sure. It's over on my Ko-fi. And also, yeah, we could do Sam and Bucky. That'd be dope.
Adam.
Yeah, what's up?
I just want to take this moment to just let you know that you are the reason this world is brighter.
You're too nice. I will cry.
Don't cry, you got makeup on. Oh no, wait,
Exactly.
it's hypoallergenic, it's fine, continue. Cry, it's not afraid of water.
Damn it.
Cry, Adam, cry. Cry over the reality that we love you.
Cry.
Because you're a genuinely worthy, wonderful person.
Thank you. I very much appreciate. It's just I don't know. Again, growing up in hospitals and stuff, like there's a story that I tell all the time, and it's something that like it still touches me to this day, and it's a little thing that this guy did, and it changed who like my trajectory in life. Because like I grew up in Pennsylvania, and I was in the children's hospital after like a really bad asthma attack. I had to get helivaced like from one hospital to another. And they didn't know I was gonna live. I lived, and then the thing was like they had like because this was the 90s, so like there wasn't flat screens, there wasn't anything like that. Like so essentially, you had like your TV in your room, but they had like a cart that they would bring around, and they could put in your room for like a little bit, and you'd have like an allotted slot to have like an N64 that you could play, because like you couldn't go outside or anything. And they'd give me like that slot later in the day, but they also had like an area in the middle that was like a play area that was like all sanitized and like cleaned, because all the kids in there had some varying disease that could possibly hurt them. And so college students would come and volunteer their time to come play with the kids, so like parents could go get meals and could go, you know, do their life for a little bit, so that they knew that their kids were safe and being taken care of. But they could go do things. And there was one guy that he was just this really cool guy, and I was like, hey, like when the time was up, I was like, hey, I got the N64 today, like do you want to come over and maybe play a game with me? And he's like, oh, I actually have to, and he's like, I'm sorry, but I have to get home and go like grab dinner for my mom. And I was like, oh, okay. And like it didn't hurt or anything, like it's a valid thing to say. I was a kid, but I wasn't like, no, I didn't want you to like me. I was like, no, it's valid. And like so I'm sitting in my room and I was like playing like a racing game or something. There's a knock at the door, and he walks in and he's like, hey, I actually do have some extra time, and like sat down and just played. And like for those moments, like I forgot that I was sick, and I forgot that like life sucked at that point. And so it's one of those things where it's like I want to be that for somebody, and it's like if I dress up as Captain America, and for like those moments you look up and you see Captain America and your life is a little bit better, like good, then I did something good in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Because like I've definitely like I tell stories of like in my cosplay time and everything, like where I've fully broken costumes for children. And I know that sounds weird, but like the example I gave is my cyborg. I used to have a full cyborg costume, which I still need to rebuild. And this dad walked up to me and my friend, because we were Starfire and Cyborg, and he's like, hey, my daughter's favorite character is Cyborg. Can you like kind of play it up a little bit? And I was like, absolutely, man. And so this little girl walks over and she's like, hi, Cyborg, hi, Starfire. And we both were like, hi. And she's like, we're like, are you having a fun time? She's like, yeah, I am. It's really fun. And I was like, do you want to get a picture together? Because like I hear that I'm your favorite. And she's like, yeah. And I realized the way that I built the costume, the knees didn't bend. Like to the point where I could kneel next to this kid. And in a split second, I was like, I can rebuild it. And I just bent the knee and I cracked it. And I knew that I broke it. Like I knew it was broken. I felt it pop. And I bent the knee and kneeled next to this little kid and got a photo. And like, I was like, I can fix it later. Like I don't care. This is a kid's dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just those moments that I'm like, oh, like that's the reason I cosplay. Like that's the reason I love it.
I think do you know who David Tennant is?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think it was him or Matt Smith who mentioned whenever he sees a child looking at him, he always smiles because he wants that child to like, it doesn't matter how bad a day he is, he will always fucking smile.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the world's sucky, but I don't have to add to that.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things is like the moments that I've gotten to do like things like that, like I will always take them. And that's like I have friends right now that are all across the world doing this type of stuff, and that's the stuff that I genuinely like love. And it's like I've done a lot of characters that aren't mainstream characters, so like I don't have those opportunities. But then like when Sam put on the suit, I was like, yep, there it is. There is my guy. And like, because I know one thing that I would love to do is I think it's in Texas, the police department does this. So like I'm obviously not a cop, but like they go to the children's hospital every year and they dress up as superheroes and they do like a whole thing where they go floor to floor and see all the kids, and then they rappel down the side of the building.
Aww.
Like next to their windows.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'd be so cool to do as Sam and like rappel down as Sam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my emotional corner for a second. That's my life.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I don't think you know. I did charity work before the Great Panini happened.
Nice.
I was the Jack Frost.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then it was very funny because I always get questions like, "Oh, but it's not winter." I'm like, "It's winter where I'm from," and they're just like, "How did you get here?" I'm like, "I sneaked in through customs." It was always a little fun. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, and it's, you know, it's always funny getting like curveballs from kids where like, because like when I was in Cyborg I got a couple, but like also like when I was in All Might, like I would, because people love My Hero, and oh yeah, I've done a lot of, yeah, I've done a lot of versions of All Might. I did him when he was a high schooler too. And there was one that I still remember, and it was after the movie. The first movie came out, and I went to the premiere in my All Might costume, and then we were leaving, and this like parent was like, "Hey, like my kid's a really big fan of, you know, My Hero. Would you mind?" And I was like, "I got you." And so like I put on the voice and I did the I am here, and like this little kid's eyes light up, and I'm like, "You seem like a good UA student," and like kneeled by them and was like, "Can you flex with me?" And like they like flexed, and I was like, "Wow, that's a hero in the making," and like, you know, hammed it up obviously.
I love that.
But like, you know, it's those that I'm like, those are the moments I live for with like cosplay. It's just like having those connections, because like I know that's like a minuscule thing in this person's life, but I know that is something that they will remember.
Oh yeah. Know? Also, can I just have everyone's attention real quick? Like, can we appreciate this?
That is me.
This pose. Me. Oh my god.
Yep. That's also how All Might is also how I've met a couple of my very close friends in the cosplay world, and especially one, Kai. I'm giving him a shout out. So, Kinosaurus Rex. They are an amazing person.
You should spell that out so I can have that on my YouTube and link.
Oh god. Why would you ask me to spell? You asked me to spell.
Because I'm actually a sadist. What else would you call me? I hijack friends and have them stick with me for a couple of hours on stream so they can't run away.
It's Kinosaurus Rex was KAINOSAURUS _. They are an amazing person, and a very close friend of mine who I met through cosplaying All Might, because I didn't know how to order a bodysuit and they did, and I was like, "Hey, real quick, do you mind just telling me how you did this?" And they were like, "Yeah." And then they left a photo shoot during a con to come say hi to me in my thing, and we got photos together because they're an amazing being. Yeah,
I love that.
But like that's the other thing is like I've met people from all over the world. Like it was funny because I've talked about it a couple times, but I did like a big vacation where I went to Vegas, LA, and Portland, and every place we went I knew somebody in like the vicinity, because I was like, I've met them through cosplaying and through like being a public figure for so long, which is interesting, because I was like, I feel like you probably have the same experience of like knowing people around the world and being like, because it's like, I know if I was in like London, I have friends an hour away from London, you know, or like I know if I was like ever ended up stranded in like South Africa, Like I have friends in South Africa. It's like, but like you know what I mean? Like there are just like places in the world where you're like,
Oh yeah.
I have people there.
Me and Zero would fight to have you with us.
It's true.
It would be a tug of war.
It would be a very funny tug of war. But it's like, but it's stuff like that where it's like, you know.
I have Chinese food as Zero. Fight that.
But it's like, it's just funny things like that where I'm like, I feel very blessed because I've gotten the chance to meet people from across the world and like spend time with them. But
yeah,
I will show them castles and bacon.
Merlin, I love you.
But yeah, that's I think that's me. It's like all I've got.
That's all you've got. That is not.
I don't have anything else. Like I don't know what else to. I don't have anything else interesting about my life.
You are yourself an interesting person, and
I
all
appreciate
the stories that you have shared is wonderful, and I'm excited to see all the new stories you're going to get to experience.
Yeah, for sure, and same to you.
Aw, thank you all. I'm learning. It is, however, almost midnight for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's late for you. We should probably wanna do a wrap up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do a quick wrap up. Where can people find you, MrAddup? And I like asking that because I know people already know where to find him because he's famous. But
you can find me anywhere on the internet under the name MrAddup, which is MrAddup. And that's literally anywhere on the internet. You can also find me over on the Welcome Inn. Every Saturday I play Zol. And starting soon, possibly even tonight, if I'm feeling up to it, you can find me here on Twitch under my own Twitch channel, which is again MrAddup, MrAddup, where I am going to be doing some fun streams and possibly some cosplay work soon. We will see. I might actually do something stupid fun for me, which is stream myself 3D printing stuff.
I mean, I would honestly be fascinated to watch you play do that. Alright, so guys, I think that is going to be us. Please stay around because I just found who we're going to raid, and we're going to raid Art Fleet, who is currently playing Hades, so you get to watch all the pretty people in that game, which is apparently you could be poly, you can be in an ace relationship, you can be gay, you can be straight, you can be whatever the fuck you want while murdering things and looking pretty doing it.
That game is so good.
Hang around, let's do that. I love you all to bits. Thanks for being here. And
thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming onto our stream. It only took me half a year to get you on here.
I'm sorry.
It's I understand. It's the hazards of being famous. I absolutely
I'm not famous.
Okay, I go before yeah, I'm gonna hop off before Adam decides he's never coming onto my stream again. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.